All right, guys. So I have a couple books here that I honestly think have been amazing if you're an entry level reader or if you're just now starting to read or whatever you want to do. These are the books that I have read in the last couple months, sort of, whatever. I started reading recently, like a year ago, but these were one of my entry level books that I started reading because I told myself one day I wanted to read. I realized that a lot of entrepreneurs, they read and they learn a lot from books that they have. Like every single one of the entrepreneurs I would always talk to in person would be like, I remember once reading in a book, or I remember, one time this author said. So I was like, I have to start reading, educate myself. Although in school I was never the best reader. One, I just didn't like it. It's not that I was a bad reader. I just was really stubborn and I didn't want to read what they were giving me. So I wanted to read more of what I would read. But I'm not even gonna waste any time. I'm gonna cut to the chase. One of my favorite books, right? And I think it's sold over 15 million copies. I think every single person knows this book. It's one of the most popular ones and a really good author is Napoleon Hill, is Think and Grow Rich. I think every single person I've talked to who has been inside like the business world or just self growth as a man, not necessarily if you're just trying to be a crazy entrepreneur, but a self growing developing man, has read Think and Grow Rich. Napoleon Hill is amazing. I listen to his seminars all the time. I'm subscribed to like so many YouTube channels that he gives pep talks, and sometimes I even fall asleep to them because they're really good. He's really articulated the way he talks, and I recommend this book. One, it's a really tiny book, as you can tell. It's like the size of my palm. It's like the size of my hand. It's a really tiny book, and it's only like a 240 something page book. So this was actually the first book I ever read when I first got into reading, was this one right here, Think and Grow Rich. It's a really good book. I really recommend it. It'll really open you up to setting up your goals for life or where you want to be. For example, a lot of us tell ourselves that, hey, I want to be rich, or I want to be a wealthy person, I want to build a business, this and that. But we kind of just tend to like say those things but never really put it down and start our blueprint to our journey. And it explains well in chapter 1 actually how to basically put down your clear goal, don't overcomplicate it, and have something to try to meet. So it's a good book. I really recommend it. You're sure a lot of you would like it. It's a good entry level book, and I really recommend it as my first book. Secondly, one of the books I've read, which is another popular book by the one and only Wolf of Wall Street, was Jordan Belfort, The Way of the Wolf. The funny part about this is when I was first getting into business, I wasn't doing what I do now, which is, advertising agency, where I'm working with a lot of companies, bringing them more qualified leads. But before I switched over my business model, I read this book. I just wanted to get good at sales because I worked at a car dealership, and I thought that the sales skills were just fantastic. I thought if I can learn it, then it would be great. I read it, and it just, straight line system, the famous straight line system by Jordan Belfort. Again, it's not even a long book. It's like 230 pages. Super, super easy book to read. You might like it, you might not, depending on who you are. It's an interesting book, and it really gives you an insider to his life. But yeah, the persuasion, all of it is just awesome about it. He's a good author. If you haven't watched the movie, you should watch it, The Wolf of Wall Street. But it's a good book too. This is the second book I read. Now, the third one I read, which was probably really early on, but you know what? I jumped right to it, was The Personal MBA by John Kaufman. This one was all around an interesting book, and I think I'm really gonna be like reading this book more than once, not just like one time and it's done. This is like almost like a journal that you're always gonna go back to and learn from. It's a good book. It's the MBA, the closest you could get to it, I guess you could say, in a book, or however else you want to say it. I like it though. It was a good book. Like I said, I here and there I open it up and I'll like scatter through chapters that I had read. And like for example, chapter 7, working with yourself. Like if I want to kind of give myself a reminder of what that looks like and how I should operate as a business owner or whatever it is, I for sure will go back to this book and look at those things, and it'll be really interesting. So this is a good book. It's sold over 1 million copies. Really recommend it. It's more on the bigger side, as you could see. It's a way thicker book. So This was my third book I had ever read, so it was for sure a challenge after reading these two because they were shorter, but you got to give yourself that challenge. Another one, which a lot of you probably know, is The Psychology of Money. This book is fantastic. I like it a lot because it was just a good like the author of this book, Morgan Housel, I don't even know how to pronounce his name. Like the way he writes and the way he gets the point across is so simple that even a 5-year-old can understand it. And each chapter is so short. It's probably like 5 to 6 pages long each chapter, and he just gives a good example of getting a good understanding of money, the psychology of money. You start to figure out more things as you go, and it really opens up your mind to what things are, how the stock market was, the catastrophic loss that they went through, the recessions, all that, and how certain stories of people, it was either good or bad for them. So all around, it's a good book. It's an easy book to read too. You could probably crush this book like in a couple days. It's not even that long of a book, especially because the chapters are so short. Makes it pretty easy to do. Other one I'm reading is Masters. Now this one was a big jump from all of these that I had read. Masters one because you can see thick book, but I love the author, Robert Greene. He's just phenomenal too. I like to watch his seminars, everything he talks about. An all brilliant, intelligent man. The stories and everything that you will learn in here will literally persuade you on learning the mastery of becoming the better version of a specific thing. So mastery what you are in, mastering what you are and what you stand for is the best part you could do. So another book I recommend, of course, this is more on the farther side, I guess. If you're an entry-level reader, I probably wouldn't jump straight to this book, but for sure down the road, you got to read it. And another one, this is a good study if you're someone who's like me and you really take faith into consideration and it just plays a big part in your life. This is Don't Give the Enemy the Seat at Your Table, and it's based off of Psalms 23 in the Bible. So if you guys really like that kind of stuff and you're into your faith with, reading the Bible, whatever it is, it's a good study. It's not a long book, only like 150 pages, and it'll really open your mind to simple stuff. So those are the 6 books I have for you guys to recommend. If this is something you want to look forward to, for sure get into reading. And yeah.